Hey now, say now. What's up, world? We back at it. Back at it like an addict. Salute to everybody that recently joined, that's been liking, commenting, subscribing, sending super chats, sending love, sending feedback, you know, encouraging me to keep going. I know I done took a little break, but you know, we got new things. Sincere Cypher going down May 17th. If you ain't your tickets or your pay-per-view already, get in tune like a guitar, man. It's going all the way up like a turtleneck, man. I'm about to get, trust me. It's gonna be in New York. And you know the vibes when you come in the door, wipe your feet, you know what I'm saying? Wipe your feet. If you haven't already subscribed, you need to hit bell, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, whenever we go live, it could be bing bang. You feel me? When you come in the door, make sure you double tap that screen. You know what I mean? I thought about this crazy. It's kind of a crazy story that I don't even think I told y'all this one. You all right over there, Sherry? What's that for? Need some water or something? Alright. I'll get you some water, Sherry. But yeah, I thought about this story that I'm like, damn, I don't even think I told y'all this one. And this is crazy. And it's like movie stuff. I'm gonna let some people get in here and chat with y'all for a second. You know what I mean? Hey, Serius, nice to see you. Hope it's all well with you. Yes, it is. God is good, man. God is good. I'm not gonna lie, I had a little scare yesterday, right? I got pulled over yesterday, and for some reason, I thought my license was suspended because I guess this other, cop was a fan. Maybe he was just messing with me. So I got pulled over, and the cop was like, "Dude, you look familiar, man. Like, do I know you from somewhere?" And normally I won't say, like, yeah, I'm a rapper, because that's usually, like, the worst, you know what I mean, thing you could say. Like, that usually says I'm a criminal or something, right? If you say you're a rapper, right, to a cop, you know what I'm saying? What's up, Bree? You know, salute Brazil. What's good, Brazil? Salute to y'all in the building, man. I see y'all. Hit that like when y'all come in the door, man. You know what I'm saying? I see the numbers going up. I want to see them thumbs up going up. Hit that screen, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get these videos doing right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So boom. What was I talking about? Yeah, so we going, oh yeah, yesterday, I was telling y'all how I got pulled over, right? So this cop, he pulls me over. Now, he says he pulled me over because I turned lanes wrong, right? You know how somebody's on this side right here, you're trying to get over, but they're driving slow, and then when you try to get in front of them, they speed up, so you can't get in the turning lane, right? I'm trying to turn, right? I finally get into, you know what I mean, the guy goes past, I wait for him to go past, and then I turn, and I make the right turn. They get behind me, whoop me. I'm thinking my L's is suspended because of this ticket that, you know what I mean? I'm like, why would my license be suspended? So the other cop that had pulled me over before, he was acting like, like he was a fan and everything was cool. What's up, Rick? How you? Of course, I love Brazil, Vic. I love Brazil. You know what I mean? Shout out to Brazil, brother. I gotta learn how to say some Portuguese because I don't really know how to say, like, how y'all say what's up or whatever. But long story short, the other cop had basically made it seem like my stuff wasn't together, which ain't right. Because, like, I'm like, wait, what? So I'm like, when this cop pulls me over, I'm thinking, damn, my L's is probably messed up, man. I'm gonna get all paranoid. And my whole stuff was together and I ain't had nothing to worry about. See? That's what's crazy, man. But rest in peace, my man, my big homie, Big Dog. Cause I remember I said there one time I was like, man, I don't like that. Even when I'm doing right and I ain't got nothing to worry about, I still had that feeling, in the pit of my stomach pause when the boys is around. And he's like, you don't want to lose that. That's what keeps you, that's what keeps us who we are, right? So I'm like, yeah, that's real. SoundCloud rapper energy. Not sure what that means, but I mean, for Serius Jones to be a SoundCloud rapper, it just doesn't make any sense because Serius Jones is Serius Jones. So, yeah. He said this dude is a real rapper. Like, respectfully, brother. Respectfully. You know what I mean? Can you shout out my brother? His name is Uziness. His name is Uziness? Okay. We watching from Atlanta. Much love. Okay, shout out to Uziness, man. Pull up with the Uziness on it. On the nigga, okay. Diamond test. I mean, yeah, we can test it if you want. You see me? My shit's dee 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 dee. They gonna light on up, brother. Well, that ain't about nothing, man. I don't even be wearing these chains and jewelry and that much no more, bro. It's promotion. My brand, Wolfway, is the brand. It's the company. You know what I'm saying? We pushing. You know what I mean? And that's why it's not. We're not even tripping. I made this myself. With the jewel. I like to design my own stuff with the wolf and the snakes and when I was in jail, I was drawing this. You know what I mean? So I got just a creative, visionary mind with stuff like that. So that's the kick I really get out of jewelry. It's like designing it and coming up with the idea and manifesting it. And it's not even finished. You're gonna see the finished product. Fine grown man energy. I appreciate you, love. I appreciate you, love. I thought that's what I was giving all. If I seem like a SoundCloud rapper too, yeah. So okay, so boom, right? So we're gonna get into this, right? And hold on, let me share this too. Don't go nowhere. Let me share this, and y'all can feel free to share this. You know what I'm saying as well, right? Because this story is kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Aside from the fact that if y'all mess with me and it's love. Wait, hold on one second. Let me share this one time. All right, so boom. Peace, Sticky. All right, so boom. All right, now I'm gonna jump right into it. Pause. So I had gotten, unfortunately, incarcerated in Bergen County Jail. Okay, Bergen County Jail is now basically Passaic County Jail and some of Essex County Jail. Whereas it used to be, Bergen County is actually one of the richest counties in America, actually, right? Behind Orange County in California, and I forget where else. But it was always in the top 3 and 4 and stuff like that, right? It's just where we from, and you know what I'm saying? It's got little pockets of, Inglewood has actually got money as a city, but, the culture and the black part is like, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole different world, right? And Hackensack got a little black population, and Teaneck got some black people too, and it's like, you know what I mean? So those were usually the black people that you would see predominantly in Bergen County Jail, in addition to people that's just coming through, get caught up, coming over the bridge, New York people, Harlem, the Bronx, regular tri-state area people that's just moving and grooving in northern New Jersey, right? So now Passaic County Jail got shut down. So all of the inmates from Passaic County Jail, which is Patterson, Passaic, and if you know anything about Jersey, this is not like Patterson and Passaic and all that. This is like real rough towns, you know what I'm saying? Real spunky, it go down places. Lots of drug addicts, lots of shootings, lots of gang activity, lots of all of the extras, right? So now you got all of this in Bergen County, right? And the overcrowdedness of some of the north, jails, we had them transferring inmates just to be housed at Bergen County because apparently they did a 200. I don't know if these numbers is real, but apparently from what I heard and looked up, I appreciate. He said, "Go." I appreciate that, brother. Salam alaikum from Brick City. Walaikum salam, brother. Okay, okay, and you gotta go. All right. Anyway, so I would see all different types of, cities and all different people now that's here because now it's they did a deal allegedly from what I understand for $290 million for 10 years just to house the inmates for Passaic County Jail supposedly. Hudson County as well as Jersey City. They had inmates coming from Hudson County over there too. I don't know what kind of policies they got going on, but I know they got a lot of chicken. I know they got that's like some baseball deal, like franchise numbers, what they getting. And the crazy part is Aramark, the company who makes the food, it's a lot. We're gonna get into it, right? We're gonna get into it, right? But let's stay on track. So it's a lot of different people now in this jail that now normally you wouldn't see, right? When I come into this pod, the first person I really noticed, it was you know how Gilly got those big eyes, right? He got those big Gilly-ish eyes, and he had a mohawk with dreads at the top of it. But it was like S-locks. You know what I'm saying? Salute, Spaz. It was like he had the doodoo locks, right? Remember how David Chappelle looked in Nutty Professor when he was saying, "Look, he got shit locks," right? He had those, right, and a mohawk, right, and his arm was in a sling, and he was walking. He had these crazy eyes that was like, and I just in my mind, I'm like, who's he? What is he here for, right? I just had to know, right? Just my own nosiness and curiosity. I just had to know, like, nah, hold up. So eventually, my cell actually was like 2 cells down from his, right? And he was celled up with this Dominican kid. Ooh, what was his name? Because he actually dope. And he actually was annoying because he would just rap. He didn't care, too. He was a little wild, crazy little Dominican that had all these shootings and all this stuff. He would just start rapping and yelling in the middle of the night. Walaikum salam, bro, 24. He would just start rapping. It's 5 in the morning. He'd be like, and he was like, yo, what the? Like, bruh, like, what it? Like, nah, I know this nigga didn't just, yeah, he just bust out beat on the wall. Like, out of nowhere, bro. It's like, come on, bro. Like, I had to have a talk with him. Like, I had to have at least 2 talks with him. Then we got cool. He stopped doing it. He still would do it, but he would do it during, like, the day and stuff. He stopped doing it, like, 5 in the morning and all that. But, like, at first, he was just really going in, like just with no regards for nobody. It's like, come on, bro. Like, now you like, this is crazy. You're not going to keep waking me up with this bullshit. So I really was like, yo, bro. So I already kind of was talking to him because now, and he had a lot of music game, right? He was like, I got this song called Treinta. I got to look it up. I might be able to find it like that because he said it's going to be called Treinta because I was facing 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been locked on like 5 last 5 years, like shooting, another shooting. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I got this song, it's hard, man, it's Treinta. And he'd be listening on the tablet, he'd be listening to these trappy gangster sounding Spanish beats with the guitar. It'd be like, and he'd be like, and he be talking this gangster shit on it, right? So he would actually, you know, be sharing little game that he came across with me, which I appreciated. He would be like giving me the charts and the splits, the new numbers on what the streaming breakdowns are, you know what I mean? All that type of stuff, right? You know, sold him some food a couple times or something, whatever. So I started talking to the cellmate, London, right? The crazy, you know, Ethiopian died, you know, doodle locked, arm in a sling. First of all, like, yo, so what they got you for? What they got you in here for? Oh, they don't got me in here for anything. Like, you're you're not you. Like, oh no, like they have the person that they whoever they're referring to in this thing. This isn't me. You know, I do not recognize their jurisdiction. I'm a sovereign being that is not of 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 the classification to be monetized and modified by the establishment that is persecuting my existence in this unequivocally foul realm. It's like, oh. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, she's one of those. It's like, oh, you're one of those. So I'm trying to get to the bottom of like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing here? I hear all that. Like, what did you do? Now I know you did something really crazy, right? Because you want usually this is the only messed up part. I'm not gonna lie, right? I just came across a video, right? What's up, new people? I see y'all. Hit that like when y'all come in there. Double tap that screen if you know what I mean. Wipe your door, wipe your feet at the door. You know what's in store. I appreciate y'all. So when you like hear these people that be talking about like I'm a sovereign being and I do not recognize the court's jurisdiction and all that, like the messed up part about it is a lot of times them people really be crazy and they really done did some crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like they really be off. That's why they into all of that and think about all that and whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's some stuff you gotta dig into and really just kind of be on some. That ain't like what we normally. Even me, I'm supposed to know that language by now or something. You know what I'm saying? But that's even to me is like, wait a minute, like, you know what I mean? So sometimes I guess for some people it must work, but it's like this guy. Come to find out. So I did get some info out of him. So I'm asking about his arm, right? Got his arm in a sling. So I'm like, so what? I mean, how'd your arm get like that? And he's like, oh yeah, these people, man. You know, the cowards, man. You know, they jump me. They jump me, man. I'm gonna get so much money, man. Get so much money when I see the asses, man. So I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, okay. I'm like, so you got a lawsuit? And he's like, you know, I'm like, now I'm in my full nosy bag now. Now I'm like, what the hell's up with this nigga? Because now you're dangerous. This is these type of people be the dangerous ones to me. I want to know what's going on with this crazy looking person. You know what I'm saying? Like that's 2 cells down for me. Hold up, what you got going on over here, brother? You know what I'm saying? All these killers and gangbangers, I ain't worried about them. You know what I'm saying? I want to know about the guy with the homicidal maniac look in his eyes. You know what I'm saying? That's right here with that has papers stacked to the sky, right? I didn't even get to that part yet, right? So I'm just, you know, this is just now the first time I'm really in this cell and I see papers everywhere. All you, as far as you can see in the cell is nothing but papers, right? You got like, it look like you don't got no commissary. That nigga eat papers for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, that's what it looked like. He got drawers full of papers, right? So I'm just like, damn, this nigga. So he's been there 4 years, right? He's been there 4 years. And he's talking this, they can't do this, they can't do that, right? He's had 3 mistrials. He's had 3 mistrials, right? And I still ain't tell y'all what it's for yet. Watch what it's for, right? So I'm still like, so what happened with the arm? In court, I guess in court he's doing this. He's doing this language talk where he's talking this sovereign being. I don't recognize the jurisdiction. He's cursing out the judge and saying, you are a racist piece of garbage. I don't recognize who you are, whatever. So they're literally, restraining him, you know what I'm saying? They going bad on him because he's going bad. You know what I'm saying? He's in the courtroom literally, deliberately disrupting every single proceeding that he ever has so that they literally can't even proceed on the record in a good way. You know what I'm saying? When you look at his transcripts, it probably looks crazy because it's like the first thing they say is, "Good morning, Your Honor, if it pleases the court." And he'd be like, "I'm not pleased because I don't recognize anything that's going on here. And I am not I'm a prisoner of a system that does not have jurisdiction over my human life form." Like, and it's like, they'd be like, "Silence," you know what I mean? "Silence the prisoner," right? That nigga was going, I give it to him. That dude was going, he was on some other timing, right? He was going in. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, it was nonstop, right? So it was like to the point where I guess they had enough of it and they did him in, right? I guess they did him in, and he was trying to fight back, and I guess they took his arm and hacked his arm. You know what I'm saying? "What's up from Thailand? Salute to Thailand." Man. So like they took his arm and whack-a-thowed it, I guess, right? And so he got his arm in a sling. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Yeah, man, but I'm gonna get a $4 million lawsuit, all the stuff, right?" So I'm like, "Hey, I feel you, right?" So I'm still trying to. What's up from Amsterdam? Salute to Amsterdam. Yeah, we international, man. I love the love, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Around the world, woofing. So boom, the dude, he don't tell me what it is, but I come to find out what it is. This man had been riding around with his sister, with another human being, neatly diced into, collected particles, basically, in his trunk of the car. And he got pulled over with this in his vehicle, with his sister driving, apparently. So, needless to say, I mean, whatever jurisdictional stuff you talking about, I mean, yeah, they not letting that go. He was sitting there 4 years, right, and 3 mistrials, right? Come to find out, as I get to I see them walking him to this room, and I'm like, why? I'm like, what the hell he got in this room, right? When they opened the room, bro, he had papers that were literally stacked as far as some of them were as tall as me, like all through this room. He had a room just for his own papers. Not even the cell, he was already papered out. And I guess the Dominican dude didn't care because he had papers everywhere. He'd be writing and whatever. I guess it didn't bother him. And he had papers, this whole room was just for his paperwork, bro. He had that much, he was doing that much clerical lawyer work. That's all he did all day, was sit there buried in papers, right? So I'm like, yo, this dude is nuts. Like, this is like a whole nother, this is some real, I don't want to say Dahmer level, but and it's like, he had all that game on a level of he understood how to speak that language that damn near indemnifies him being able to be condemned to American law. You know what I'm saying? And it was working because he couldn't, I guess he kept having mistrials. Couldn't be convicted, right? So he said, and he basically made it a point where he was like, "Nah, I'm not settling anything. I am not this person. This person that they are trying to get is not me. Okay? I am my own being that is of God. I am not of this world. I am not as of this city, of this state, of this country. I am my own doing and being." And I'm just sitting there and looking at this nigga like, yo, this dude is a maniac. He really probably was I am not a... Yo, London is nuts. Yo, London is crazy, bro. London really like... And he was really like to the point where it was like they had offered him a deal to go home, right? Because they just wanted to close his case, I guess, at that point. Because now he's being such... It costs so much money. That's what people don't understand. It costs money to go to trial, right? It takes money. You got to pay forensic people. You got to pay the specialist that can break down, you know, on the stand, however much. You got to pay, you know what I mean, the departments to do the work, the overtime, all of that. That's all money. That's why you see the police departments basically, like, I've seen that happen. I've been in Oakland and seen, I never thought I would see this in my life. You sitting there in a car at the light, the police is right here. I'm damn near sitting there nervous looking like, oh, let me... And the guy right here to the left just does a donut in the middle of the street and starts doing a donut around the police like this, with smoke coming from the tires. And the police just sit there. And then the dude just skirts off. I'm thinking for sure there's about to be a chase. No. I'm like, what? Yeah. In Oakland, they don't chase you. If you're not shooting nobody or robbing somebody or doing something that's like really outlandish, you're probably good. Which I kind of like, which is messed up, I guess. I mean, I kind of like that part a little bit because it's like, you know, and I think, I mean, maybe it was like COVID on top of it. Nah. I think that's just how it is because people in California, certain places, they don't even pull over. They think that's crazy. If you talking about pulling over, it's like, what? You pulling over? Like, that's crazy to them. It'd be like, what you mean? Like, you mean you just have a felony evasion every single time? Like, what if you crash and kill somebody? Hey, I'm not pulling over. They call it kicking one. I'm gonna kick one. They got sayings for every city. I'm gonna take them on one. I'm gonna kick one. You know what I mean? What's the I'm gonna get little. You know what I mean? They got a bunch of different ways to say, like, I'm not stopping for the police, right? So London is an extra bold and different type of person. He stopped for the police with a person in sandwich bags in his trunk. And then sat in jail and had an opportunity to go home after they couldn't convict him, after he did all of these antics and all of this resisting and all of these crazy, you know, theatrics, I guess, in the courtroom. And he had a deal to come home, time served. And he kept saying, no, I will not, because I want my money now, right? So I really thought he was going to, you know, ride it out. And then I looked up one day and he was gone. And it was like, yep, he took the deal, went home, time served. So he did 4 years for, I don't know if he did the body, but, you know, he definitely had the person and was, you know, disposing of them, right? So, but because of the way he carried it, I guess, you know, maybe London's sister did the crime. Yeah, that's the crazy part. That's what I thought too. Maybe he stepped up and was trying to save her. Maybe she got into an argument with her guy or something like that. You know what I mean? And he was putting her hands on her and she took it too far and you know what I mean? And he came to help her out. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get rid of him or whatever, right? Maybe it was something like that. That's what I thought at first. But then, because I'm like, well, why, you know, what interaction would he have here in America where, you know what I mean? But then when I dealt with him, it really made me think, like, he's such a spooky man in terms of like pause, like in terms of like, you know how some people are just creepy, like their mannerisms, and when you see like the way they look and stuff, it's like, oh yeah, you be yeah. It's like, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He did it. He definitely did it. It's like, oh yeah. Nah. But maybe his sister's just like that too. She was riding around in the same car. Now that's the $1,000,000 question. Did she know? Did she know? Hey, look, sis. You know, Herman's back there. Okay, listen, don't panic. Herman's back there. I had to do it. All right, just calm down. We're gonna go for a little ride. All right. How's your day? Okay. You want a spot of tea? A spot of tea for you? Right. All right, Indy. And then you just went on a drive with your sister and a person in the back. He said, "Oh, that was a Toyota Supra, not a Draco." He said, "Yeah, females crazy too." I mean, listen, hey, I'm not putting nothing past nobody. All I know is this man was a very cold, calculated individual to have accumulated to even put that much mental time and work into something shows me that you are an overly disciplined and dedicated type of person, which is the type of person that would have to take to be able to a person. You know how hard that is? You know how difficult that really is to really actually disassemble this? That's not easy. Like, that's not some, you know what I mean? That's something that would probably take you all night with the expert, if you were a professional at it. Like, you can't just, you think it's the movies, you just, stuff just fall off and like, no. You gotta really, you know what I mean? You gotta get in there. Pause. So it's like, for somebody to be able to be that type of person, they have to be a really calculated, like, that's not somebody that's like a regular, hitter type of thing. You know what I'm saying? A regular shooter can't do that. You know what I mean? Regular shooter don't even have the stomach to do that. You know what I'm saying? Regular shooter be somebody that like, they can shoot from a distance, they be shooting, they might even shoot somebody up close, but they see the right type of thing, their stomach turn. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. You know what I mean? See something happen in such a graphic way that it's like, ooh, you wind up going to the bathroom on yourself or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because your stomach is, you know what I mean? Your nature is not as hardened, right? When you see people like how London was, it's just like, it didn't seem like he never acknowledged anything about the person or the thing. He really thought and acted like he was being persecuted for an injustice. And that's the funny part about it to me. Because if it was something else, right? Let's say it's like he was accused of, some crime that he didn't commit, right? Mistaken identity or something like that. You can't mistake an identity when you get pulled over with a person chopped up in the back. Like, you know what I mean? You was driving, you just got this car from somebody? Where you got the car from, right? It'd be different if it was like, you know what I mean? It's certain stuff that's like, wait a minute, that's kind of a different level, you know what I mean? Marijana, Marijana, your London sister? Hey, you know, let me know what really went down. I'm curious now. I want to know. But yeah, London upped and went home. He had been terrorizing his system, and that's it. Allegedly, it costed $1 million for each trial. Allegedly, it costed $1 million for each trial. He put crying faces. Allegedly, it was $1 million for each trial, and they don't want to keep spending that money and keep losing that money, and it's embarrassing, but they can't really convict him, I guess. So they was willing to settle. Like, look, time served, man. He was saying he ain't gonna do it. Eventually, I just looked up one day. He was gone. He was like, "Yeah, I'm out of here. Your freedom is priceless, right?" So he probably could have won again and got the money, right? Because if he bid him 3 times, right? Well, who's really want to really gamble the rest of their life for real, right? So he was talking all that, and I believed him, right? Because he was that determined. Anybody that accumulated that much paperwork, I've never even seen that many papers in one place in life. Like, not in a library, not in a classroom. Like, I've never seen that many papers. This man had literally accumulated his own, like, that was like a forest. I don't know, that probably was like 5,000 trees it took to make that much paper. I couldn't even understand like how he mentally could even go through this stuff. Like, how do you even know what's what or what? He'd be like, no, I know. I understand what I need. I'm like, yo, this nigga's crazy. London is crazy. Niggas tried to play with London a couple times. You know, the microwave would always be a source of tension, right? Because you don't got much time before you got to lock these cells. I don't even like talking about jail that much no more, but I got to share some of these crazy stories with y'all, right? But you got to get to the microwave, warm up your food or whatever before you're going to lock down, right? So everybody's rushing to try to get to the microwave. Everybody's trying to, get their stuff done first, right? So the Mexicans, not the Mexicans, I'm thinking California, but the Spanish people, Dominicans, whatever, they be cooking together. You know what I'm saying? They'll cook together, and usually they'll go cook all their stuff, and then it'll be like an order, right? Then it'll be you next, whoever next, right? So I guess they was like saying that London, like he wasn't, and he was saying like, no, it's my girl, right? And they were like, nah, like, but it was a dude that didn't really speak English that well. And ironically, man, I love my Dominicans, man, but some of y'all really just be starting shit, right? They be using that don't know English stuff as an excuse to like just, and when they doing some bullshit because they suck their teeth paws loudly. They're like, no, 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 me cocina, no, me cocino primero. No, no. You like, oh, all right, yeah, you on bullshit, right? And this same Dominican, he's nasty, man. He would just be sitting there in the day room, just picking his nose, doing this. I caught him at least like 2 times doing something like this, and I had to like tell him like, yo, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, we walking with our feet, and we gonna try to walk that into my cell now. He would sit there literally on like this, roll it up, throw it, roll it, throw. Bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Sitting there picking his feet, sitting there picking his toenails like this in the day room. Not just scratching, the dig and the flick. Like, you literally peeling off your crusty feet skin and boogers right here on the floor where we standing at with our sandals and whatever, and then walking it right into, so I could walk my boogers, I could walk your boogers and your feet crust right here into my room. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm walking around in my socks in my room, your boogers and feet crust could potentially wind up on my sheets. It's nasty, man. That's really nasty. And I'm like, and then you say something to him, and he went, what? Okay. Man, your nasty ass, your net. So this dude he was starting shit, right? And he had a big scar on his face like this. Somebody, they be getting it busy in Jamaica probably too with them machetes. Somebody machete, yeah, machete, yeah. Yeah, he was probably farting and doing all type of nasty shit to somebody else. Somebody had enough of your shit. Like, get your funky ass. You know what? Get you cut your funky ass. You probably was sitting there at somebody's house doing some more dirty, nasty shit. You know what I mean? Trying to smash somebody's wife or something. You know what I mean? Got up on you, Federico. So he was actually like trying to act like, he was punk in London. Yo, if London, like if looks could kill, like I ain't gonna lie. If I didn't, have no evidence whatsoever, and like, which I don't really, but if it was like, there was no way for me to tell anything, just look at that nigga's eyes, bro. That nigga was like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? And I was just like, oh, London is crazy. He stabbed he had his arm in a sling still. Fuck you want to do? But it's like calm too. It's like calm. It's not even loud. It's just that spooky ass Night of the Living Dead eyes. That's what told me, like, yeah, that nigga London did some spooky shit in his life. But yeah, that's what happened with London, bro. I wonder what happened to him. I'm pretty sure they deported him because after that you gotta get deported. You know what I mean? And I wonder what the charge that you even cop out to, where you can even have an excuse to give somebody 4 years. But I guess, you know what I'm saying? I guess there's a way you could come up on a body that you didn't unalive, right? I guess you can come up on a body that you didn't unalive, right? And, I guess there's a charge for that, right? Maybe, But, I actually want to know what happened with that. I might have to look up and see. Like, I forgot what dude's name was, though, man. I forgot what dude's name was, but I really want to know the outcome of that, man. He said, yo, I used to bang that Bad Man song you made years ago. I appreciate that. I don't even know what it is. I gotta look it up. But I appreciate you, brother. Got new music on the way, man. By the way, if you didn't already know, we got G.I. Jones is out now. We got Meet the Wolf out now. We got, what else? TCOF, that's out right now. We got the Art of World War audio book. You know what I'm saying? That's basically, all the product that we got out right now. You know what I'm saying? In addition to the old stuff. But I got Pimps Don't Cry. Pimps Don't Cry is about to drop on y'all. And I think it's gonna be classic. You know what I'm saying? And we got some new work about to happen. Some new battles on the table. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the Sincere Cypher next week. We're gonna keep cooking, man. I'm a bad man. Yeah, it sound familiar, but I gotta see. I gotta hear it. I gotta dig in the archives, man. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. But yeah, that's the story of London, man. And I'm gonna be back at y'all real soon. We're gonna start dropping again. You know what I'm saying? I just had to get some things lined up. You know what I'm saying? We back rolling. You know what I'm saying? Getting to my issue. You know what I'm saying? Got some bills paid. Got got some situations lined up that's gonna create some residuals. Some new merch. You know what I mean? Some new visuals. You know what I'm saying? I already got the audios, but now I'm just getting everything mixed and polished up all, you know what I mean? I got y'all, man. The crib looks expensive. I mean, I do need some new blinds, so don't judge my blinds, but yeah, it's a cool spot, man. God has blessed me, man. God has blessed me, man. Not bad for a bachelor. You know, just me and my dog. Nice space. You know what I'm saying? Got somewhere to cook my food. Got somewhere to lay my head. You know, inshallah, got somewhere to have my baby at. You know what I'm saying? That's all I need, man. You know, that's all we really need. We be really like ungrateful. You know what I'm saying? We be really thinking we need more than we need. You know what I mean? My pops used to always say, man, it's food, clothing, and shelter. Like if you really got that, you know, and you got family, you got somebody that loves you, and, you know, but you got food, clothing, and shelter, you richer than most people in the world. That's the crazy part. You know what I'm saying? Just by having them three things. You know? Some people I remember my sister moved to Ethiopia. She had to walk 5 miles to get water. I'm like, what? I'm like, man, you don't bring your ass back over here. She was like, yeah, I had to walk to, get the water. You had to walk where? It was about 5 to 10 miles. Nah, come on, bro. Dirt roads and all that. There's people that live like that, man. Walking with a water jug on their head for miles. You know what I mean? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate you, brother. But yeah, I'm gonna get at y'all soon. You know I'll be organic with this stuff, man. And to be honest with y'all, I'm not gonna lie, right? Cause I don't like lying. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I really wanted to wait until I got my new camera, you know what I'm saying? And my chair set up and all of this extra stuff just so it look all extra fancy and whatever. But to be honest, it's quantity over quality nowadays. Content is king. You know what I'm saying? So while I'm waiting to do all this and all that, and then stuff comes up, and then I'm doing this and doing that, and then I'm not dropping. You know what I'm saying? And then we're not having as much interaction. We're not keeping the algorithm rhythming. We're not, staying at our precipice and making sure we pressing these pussies. Pause. You know what I'm saying? We gotta keep, I don't want to curse on here, but we gotta keep the pressure on, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the bottom line. We gotta keep the pressure on. We gotta keep going all the way up. We gotta keep, making sure that we feeding the machine. So even if it's not to the, I know where my production quality could be and will be, but at the same time, I can't let that keep me from just interacting with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Word. Where the merch at? You got a site? Absolutely, but honestly, I'm sold out of the Wolfway shirts, and well, they're on the way. They're on the way. I got you. All right. He said I'll buy a shirt right now off the strength of that Badman song. Salute. What you can do is buy a copy of the audiobook. You know what I'm saying? Audiobook is available right now, and it's fire. And if you mess with my music, then you definitely gonna mess with that. You know what I'm saying? But the audiobook is called The Art of Word War. It's called The Art of Word War. It's available right now. All platforms, Amazon, Google Play, all the stuff. Alright? I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna get that merch together for you on the ASAP tip though, brother. And I hope y'all all have a good Saturday. Be safe out there, man. 100. Peace.